Okay everyone, the last step in this project is to create the laser beam effect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the playhead to just before the girls explode, which is here. And then I'm going to make sure that the top layer is selected up here. And I'm going to go to Layer, New, Solid. I'm going to create a solid layer. And I want it to be black. I mean, mine's already black, but if yours isn't, just click on this black swatch here and find the black color and press OK. Okay, so now we're going to look for an effect called Beam. So we're going to go to the Effects layer here and change that to B-E-A-M, Beam. And this is the one we want. We're going to drag it onto the video. Now we're going to open up the transform properties of the black solid here. So open it up and open up the transform. We've got a thin red beam. We're going to change that. We're going to change the height. The width is okay, but the height needs to be scaled up a bit. So I need to go to scale and uncheck this link. If this link is selected and I change this to 200, the other one will be 200 as well. So we don't want to do that. So we want to uncheck that and change the height to say 350. So that makes it a little higher, same width, that looks good. Now up here in the options, I can change the inside color and the outside color. So for me, I like purple, so I'm going to change the outside color to a nice rich purple, like this. And I want the inside color to be a nice bright white. So I'm going to choose white up here and press OK. And that looks like what I'm going for, so that's good. Okay, so next thing I want to do is I want to make it 3D, because right now that's a very flat looking laser beam. So I'm going to go over here. You can see that there's a little cube here, 3D cube, and under it is an empty box. I'm going to click that. Nothing's happened yet, but what has happened is that we've got some more options here, including orientation. And the first thing I'm going to do is this last value. It says 0, 0, 0. This last value I'm going to click and drag to the right or left, and I want it to be angled the way I want it. So let's say I want it there, and then the first value is what's going to give me the depth, and I want it to be more like that, maybe a bit less. Well, hang on, more like that. That looks good. And I'm positioning it, so just clicking on the beam and moving it, positioning it where I want it to hit, which is right there. Okay, I'm happy with that. Now, I want to trim that black solid so it ends at this exact point. So anything after that, it'll disappear. So I want it to basically come out, shoot, go. So I'm going to use the shortcut, which is Alt-right square bracket. And then we get the red bar here trimmed so that after that, you can see that it's gone. Okay, so we've done that. Now I'm just going to, hang on, get it in the right position again. Now I'm going to keyframe position, scale, and orientation. So that at this point, for me, it's at 1 second, 27 frames, it's exactly at this point. Okay, and then I'm going to move the playhead just a little to the left, not too much, and I'm going to drag that beam off screen from the direction where we want it to come from. So basically it's going to take a very short time to go to here, and then disappear, and then hopefully the girls explode. Okay, so now that I've done all of that, let's take it back a bit, press play and see how it looks. Okay, so it's loading up the frames. I know it doesn't look good. Okay, stop that. Let's press space again. Perfect. That couldn't be more perfect. I love it. All right, that's great. And the last thing I want to do is close that up and see how we're traveling with this. I think this green screen video actually goes for longer, but we trimmed it there, so that's fine. Okay, I think everything's ready. So now I'm just going to save my project. Just go to File, Save, and just save that. And then the last step is to export it using Adobe Media Encoder. I've already put out a video on how to do that. So check out the video in the last post that I mentioned about how to use Adobe Media Encoder, and that's the project. Let's play it through one time fully to see how it all looks in the end. So let's load up the frames. You can see this green line, that's the loading of the frames. Okay, it's just getting all those keyframes in place all the sound in place. It takes a little while. If you've got a more powerful computer than mine, it'll be quicker. All right, let's do it again and finally see it.
You want a piece of me?
Perfect. And that's it. That's how you do it. All right, so I hope you all enjoyed that. It was a complicated project for something that only went for, 4 seconds, but it teaches the kids a lot in that project. So hope you learned something from it, and let me know what you get to do with After Effects and what you learned from this project. Thank you very much for listening.